There's those who say that they can save their money to being a millionaire, that if you just save enough money that you'll be able to get ahead. You should stop going out to that Starbucks. You should save all your money and not spend on anything frivolous. Don't go out to eat. Don't buy expensive bread, and don't pass go and collect $200. That's what some people are telling us, that that's the way to become a millionaire. Now, if you ask someone, did you become a millionaire by not passing go and collecting $200, by not going to Starbucks, by whatever it is, I don't think that's what they're gonna say. Now, this is the Dave Ramsey camp, where he says that you need to not have credit cards because you'll spend too much money on them and you will get in trouble. You cannot be responsible for a credit card, so don't do it. Cut it up right now. You see all the pictures with Dave Ramsey cutting up the credit cards, and that's because you can't be trusted with them because it's too much responsibility. Now, I'm of the camp that if you want a credit card, you can have a credit card. You need to be responsible with your finances, and you can be responsible with a credit card just as much as you can be responsible if you don't have a credit card. Either way, it's up to you, and it's your personal responsibility for that. That's just my perspective. Now, also, there's those who say, don't worry about how much money you spend. Just make more money. Go out and make $200,000, make $250,000, make $1 million in a year, and you won't have to worry about spending $50,000 in a year or $100,000 in a year. You'll still have money. Now, the truth of the matter is, if you were to go out and make a lot of money, then it would be a lot harder to spend all of that money. If you made $200,000 and before you were only making $50,000, I think you would find it potentially a little hard to spend all that money. Now, don't get me wrong, you could find places to spend all that money very quickly by going and buying a new Tesla or buying all new appliances for your house and getting the newest dryer and washer and refrigerator and whatever it is. And just making sure that you're spending all of your money, and that's not gonna put you in a good place. So what's the key? How are we gonna get ahead in our finances? Perhaps it's a little bit of both, being frugal as well as making more money if you find yourself not making enough money. Now, first off, if you find yourself spending too much money, then you need to have a ceiling on that money. So if you're making $50,000 within a year and you're spending $45,000 in a year, that's really not a very high savings rate, and that's not really gonna get you very far. If you're able to save even more off of that $50,000, maybe you're able to save $10,000 off of your $50,000, and then eventually making it so that you're able to get ahead by getting an even higher paying job, where then you're able to continue to be wise with your finances and not spend above the amount that you have. That's what's gonna be able to help you in being able to get ahead, by being both frugal as well as making more money. So this is a question that you have to ask yourself. How much is your savings rate? Are you saving 2% of your annual income? Are you saving 10% of your annual income? Are you saving whatever the number is? 50% of your annual income is what they suggest to save in order to become rich in the future. What this means is you need to be making more than $25,000 in a year. If you're making $25,000 and you expect to save half of that, you'd have to live off the $12,500. And I don't think you can do that unless you live out of a cardboard box, which isn't really an option. So how do we do this? How do we connect the idea of having made more money within the year as well as making sure that we're not spending all of that money? Well, it has to do with making sure that lifestyle creep is not taking over in your finances. And so what that means is it's where you are spending more and more money as you make more money. So if you start out making $50,000 and you have a good budget and you have a good system where you're able to still live below your means and invest with that $50,000, but then all of a sudden you get an increase and you're making $60,000. And now if you allow lifestyle creep to come in, now you're at the grocery store and you're buying all the things, and come to find out at the end of the year, you have the same amount of money being invested every single year. And so that's lifestyle creep, and it's so easy to have happen. So now that you've figured out a good rhythm in saving money, then going out and finding that new job and making sure that you are finding a job that's going to be able to pay you enough, that you're going to be able to start setting aside more money for your financial future and to be able to retire rich, then this is going to put you in a better position. If you find yourself being able to save 20% of your annual income, 30%, 40%, and even getting to 50% one day, then that's going to set you up for better success in the future. So now that you've done this, now that you've learned how to set aside money and you're consistently doing that every single paycheck, and you're making sure to have that emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside, this is going to put you in a very comfortable position to be able to save for your future, invest for your future. You can invest in things like rental real estate that comes with a lot of tax advantages and can help you be able to be financially free a lot faster. You can also invest in things like stocks or NFTs or crypto. These are things that could potentially grow in value over time and be able to help you retire rich in the future. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. This has been Zach, and I'm signing out, and I'll see you next time.